lifeguard freestyle relay. This is a time final. We'll announce the schools in the water. Heat 1 will be comprised of the B teams for each university. Heat 1. In lane 2, Rutgers with Casey Zentz, Grace Hagemeister, Cam Krieger, and Angelica Bath. Lane 3, Denver with Izzy Burton, Sienna Nitke, Darian Kohler, and Isabella Cardenas. In lane 4, Minnesota with Ava Yablonsky, Paige Maureen, Rachel Conley, and Georgia Kaler. In lane 5, Harvard with Kristen Hakanadaughter, Elena Markovic, and Kylie Wilhelm and Davina Huang. And in lane 6, Cal B with Grayson Aquino, Lilu Resencourt, Charlotte Burnham, and Annie Gia. Cal in lane 6 with about a body length lead over Harvard. And the Gophers just a half a stroke back. It's Annie Gia for Cal. In 5 for Harvard, Davina Huang and Georgia Kaler. Anchors for the Gophers. And Cal with a 129.26. Heat 2. In lane 2, Harvard with Anya Mostek, Sydney Liu, Sarah Beckman, and Blythe Wyklowek. Lane 3, Rutgers with Emiliana Gonzalez, Anna Ducklau, Chiara Alberti, and Brooke Thompson. Lane 4, Cal A with Sydney Griscavage, Mariambre Mola, Tegan Odell, and Mia West. Lane 5, Minnesota with Livy Warner, Morgan Thomas, Cami Perriott, and Mina Kaljevik. Lane 6, UNLV with Maria Fernanda Mendez, Juliana Montricard, Ava Olson, and Erica Carlson. In lane 7, Denver A with Julia Saxman, Allie Bay, Angie Wyand, and Tanaya Winter. And Cal will drop anchor with Mia West. Next in the water, Minnesota with Mina Kaljevik. Nice first 25 here for Harvard, Blythe Weklowik. Cal 126.27. Harvard second, 129.58. Cal's 126.27. Currently the 5th fastest time in the country. And unfortunately, No longer. We have a disqualification in Heat 2, Lane 4. We are ready now for event 2, the men's 200-yard freak relay. Heat 1. In lane 3, Minnesota with Connor Groya, Ian Steffen, John Watson, and Ethan Cosine. In lane 4, Harvard with David Greeley, William Brown, David Schmidt, and Oliver Pilkington. In lane 5, Denver with Liam Simmons, Quinn Collins, Baden Todd, and a player to be named later. Lane 6, Cal B with Colby Hatton, Jack Brown, Casper Pugard, and Samuel Quarles. Is Casper Pugard for Cal. He'll hand it off to Samuel Quarles. And Cal with a 1:17.4. A nice time for the B. Heat 2. In lane 2, Minnesota with Jacob Johnson, Davide Haramagiu, Omar Abdelwahab, and Ryan Slonik. In lane 3, UNLV, Bryson Huey, Emil Jose Perez Avila, Wilkes Pochgeyer, and Ian Bellflower. Lane 4, Cal A with Evan Petty, Lucia Battellini, Barton Reedy, and Nance Mazzanilla. Lane 5, Harvard, Sonny Wang, Matt Gatner, Mauro Michnik, and Evan Crowley. And 6, Denver A with Hamish McClellan, Luke Milburn, Tommy Hancock, and Matija Pantic. And Cal 1:15.74. That ties them for 5th in the NCAA Division I list right now. Official meet time right now is 5:09. We have a 10-minute warm-up period built in. So we will see you back here at 5:19 for the start of the 500 freestyle. 5:19. Swimmers and coaches, we are about a minute away from the start of Heat 1, the C final of the women's 500. A reminder that the scratch deadline for tomorrow's events is 5:30. That is 12 minutes from now. And swimmers, the diving well is closed through the duration of the diving. So all cool down, warm up in the west pool, please. And official meet time 5:19. Ready now for the finals of the 500-yard freestyle. C final. We ask that the A finalists report to race ready. At their convenience, we'll be introducing the C finalists in the water after the start. B finalists will introduce you behind the blocks, and then we'll parade out our A finalists and introduce them with fancy music, so I'm told. This is the C final, swimming in lane 1. For Rutgers, Isabel Valle. Lane 2 for Harvard, Kenzie Padilla. In lane 3 from Denver, Nika Spihar. Lane 4 for Rutgers, Blanca Beres. Lane 5 from Harvard, Carly Rose. Lane 6 from Denver, Genevieve Franklin. And lane 7 from Rutgers, Megan Fox. And lane 8 also from Rutgers, Elena Ling. Blanca Beretz, our top qualifier. Currently sliding into second place is Nika Spihar of Denver. He is going to be leading at the 500, at the 200. Nika still leading. She was fourth at the Summit League Championship last year. Came in with a seat time before 56 and dropped. I'm a prelim time before 56 and dropped to a 4:55. Megan Fox. In lane 7, Mega from Rutgers has taken over the lead. And at the 400, Megan 3:55.8. And Megan on her way to a 4:54. Maybe better if she could bring this home. And there it is, 4:55.13 for Megan Fox. Nika hangs on, a tough second half for Nika, 4:57.9. Ready now for the B final. Swimming in lane 1, Paige Riley of Denver. Lane 2, Sabrina Rakaiban of Denver. Lane 3, Erica Carlson, Las Vegas. Lane 4, Ava Olson of Las Vegas. Lane 5, Jade Rogier, Minnesota. Lane 6, Kayla Barr, Minnesota. Lane 7, Anya Kalievic, Minnesota. And lane 8, Kaylee McDonald of Harvard. Heat 2, the B final. Ava Olson of UNLV. Pretty nice pace, 57 low for Ava right now. And behind Ava, Anya Kalievic over in lane 7, leading a tight group of 3. Anya was out like a rocket this morning. Her first 100 pace more dangerous than gas station sushi, and she paid for it. Much, much smarter first 200 tonight. And I guarantee you she's feeling a lot better than she did this morning. Ava still hanging tough, 29-1, although Anya now 28-9, fastest split on the board. And a 50 to go. And Ava with a nice 444.88. Anya 446.85. What a difference a good first 100 can make. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the blocks our A finalists in the women's 500-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 1 from the University of Minnesota, 25th at the NCAAs last year, Katie McCarthy. In lane 2, from the University of California, Catherine Hazel. In lane 3, first-year swimmer from Harvard, Carolina Daher. In lane 4, top qualifier, member of the gold medal winning 4x200 free relay at the Olympic Games last year, Claire Weinstein. In lane 5, from Cal, first-year swimmer, part of the Canadian national team, Ella Cosgrove. In lane 6, from Cal, Alexa McDevitt, another first-year swimmer. In lane 7, from Cal, Camille Henneveau. And in lane 8, she was 18th at last year's NCAA championship in this event, from Harvard, Alexandra Baston. A final. Last summer, Claire was second in the 400-meter free at Long Course Nationals. And so far this year, she has been a 4:37.1. That 37 ranked 10th on the NCAA D1 list right now. When she went that 4:37, she was out to a very high 146. We'll just split check here. And a little bit off that pace for the 37. Harvard's Alexandra Baston in lane 8. Currently turning second, just ahead of Cal's Ella Cosgrove. And the 50 later, she's just a hair behind. And Claire now has picked it up. She's ahead of her 4:37 pace. In the prelims this morning, Katie McCarthy, who is swimming in lane 1, had a terrific second half. Claire now a full 2 seconds ahead of her pace. And here's the bell for Claire. On track for perhaps a 54. I'm sorry, a 34. There are only 3 swimmers in the country that have been under 4:35. And there it is, 4:34.81. The 4th fastest time in NCAA right now. 4:39.2 for Ella Cosgrove. 3rd to Camille Heliveau of Cal. Our next event 4, the men's 500-yard freestyle. C final. In lane 1 from Minnesota, Jaden Edmondson. Lane 2 from Denver is Finn Holdridge. In lane 3 from Minnesota, Jackson Schreiber. Lane 4 from UNLV, Colby Raffel. Lane 5 from Harvard, Anders Eisters. Lane 6 from Denver, Pierce Bickerton. Lane 7 from Denver, Kurt Owens. And in lane 8 from Harvard, Mert Iravul. .200 yards in, and our leader is Anders from Harvard. At the halfway point this morning, Anders was 2:11.2. And he's a full second ahead of that. Anders still the fastest split on the board and well ahead of his prelim swim pace, which was well ahead of his seed time pace. But Colby Raffel now making a bid. And 50 to go, our new leader, Colby. Going to be in the low 20s. And a 23-2. A nice 5-second drop for Colby. And now let's meet the competitors in the B final. Swimming in lane 1, Dylan Meese of Denver. Lane 2, William Mulgrew of Harvard. Lane 3, Julian Rousseau, Cal. Lane 4, Daniel Eichel of Minnesota. Lane 5, Keaton Jones of California. Lane 6, Humberto Nayeta, California. Lane 7, Anjan Filipovic of Harvard. And lane 8 from Minnesota is Ethan Schutten. B final. And bumping out in the early going, lane 5, this is Keaton Jones. Keaton 140.4 at the 200, second and a half faster than he was this morning. And Keaton's teammate Humberto closed it in a few tenths per 50. Fun race for third in the heat, shaping up between Julian Rousseau of Cal in lane 3 and Daniel Eichel of Minnesota in 4. Keaton, 4:18.58. 4:19 for Humberto. And now let's meet the swimmers in the A final in the men's 500. Swimming in lane 1 for the University of Minnesota, Luke Brennan. In lane 2 for California, Ian Platts-Mills. In lane 3, his teammate from Cal, another first-year swimmer, Thorvin Klontz. In lane 4 is our top qualifier from Cal. He was third at the Long Course Nationals last summer, Ryan Erisman. In lane 5, also another Golden Bear, Nathan Whiffen. In lane 6 from Da Bears, Freddie Klein. In lane 7 from Harvard, Pablo Martinez-Palop. And in lane 8 from Cal, Thaxton McMullen. A final. Ryan Erisman, our top qualifier, had a pretty aggressive morning swim and dropped a 4:12.81. Which placed him 11th in the country at this moment. Two other NCAA cuts out of the prelims. Thorvin Klontz in lane 3 and Nathan Whiffen in lane 5. And then after that, it got really tight. The 4th through 8th qualifiers all separated by about 11 100ths of a second. At the 250 this morning, Ryan was 2:04. So he's a shade off of what he swam this morning. Lane 5, Nathan Whiffen. And lane 6, Freddie Klein. California teammates working together. They are currently chasing second. Coaches, last call for time trials. This is the last call for time trials. Time trials will run at the beginning of the relay break after the 50. Ryan's still running about the same temperature that he had this morning. Those mid-25s. There's the bell. Probably going to see another 4:12. .412.78. And Nathan Whiffen with a 4:16. About what he went this morning. Third's going to go to Freddie Klein, as he has a nice little drop in the evening. Next in the program, event number 5, the women's 200-yard individual medley. And once again, coaches, last call for time trials. And time trials will happen at the beginning of the second relay break. C final. In lane 1 from Minnesota, Mira Keller. Lane 2 from Denver, Izzy Burton. Lane 3 from Minnesota, Emma Fellman. Lane 4 from Minnesota, Kira Mullins. Lane 5 from Denver, Lily Zippel. Lane 6 from Harvard, Isabella Alas. Lane 7 from Harvard, Hazel Muhidin. And in lane 8 from Denver, Mina Ada Soliker. We had 3 NCAA qualifying times this morning. To see them in the A final. That qualifying standard, 157.88. And a great race going into the freestyle. At the flags, it looks like Isabella And at the wall, it's Kira Mullins of Minnesota, 2:02.99. Perfect finish for Kira. And now swimming in the B final in lane 1, Isabella Cardenas of Denver. Lane 2, Peyton Ross of Minnesota. Lane 3, Gabby Augustine, Harvard. Lane 4, Grace Wharton, UNLV. Lane 5, Stephanie Yanakanagi of Harvard. Lane 6, Ariel Brotman of California. Lane 7, Rachel Wigington of Las Vegas. And in lane 8, Samantha Sinswell of Denver. B final. And a very slight lead for Ariel Brotman. She led from the 50 fly. Strong freestyle being thrown down here by UNLV's Grace Wharton. But it's going to be tough catching Ariel. And I stand corrected. Grace Wharton, terrific last 25. And another perfect finish in under 2 minutes. Both Grace and Ariel with milestone swims. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the swimmers in the A final. Women's 200 IM. Swimming in lane 1 for Rutgers, Anna Hazelhurst. In lane 2 for Cal, Ellie Scott. In lane 3 for Cal, Ava Chavez. In lane 4, our top qualifier, who along with Ava dropped a qualifying time in the prelims this morning from Cal, Mia West. In lane 5 from Harvard, also an NCAA qualifying time this morning, Kylie Wilhelm. In lane 6 from Cal, Tegan Odell. And in lane 7 from Minnesota, Grace Draybon. And lane 8 from Harvard, Eliana Marakovic. A final. That cut once again a 57.88. El Scott, who has a chance to make that cut. She would need about a half a second drop, and she is currently a half a second ahead of her morning pace. Big breaststroke here for Tegan Odell. And Tegan, 154.49. And there's the cut for El Scott. $154.49 for Tegan Odell. Currently number 3 in the country. I'm sorry, number 6 in the country. Our next event is the men's 200-yard individual medley. C final. This heat brought to you by the University of Denver synchronized swimming team with guest star Oliver Schimberg of Minnesota swimming in lane 6. For the Pioneers, lane 1, Ian O'Neill. Lane 2, Mason Brune. Lane 3, Kota Cleese. Lane 4, Max Roslin. Lane 5, Noah Laird. In lane 6 for Minnesota, Oliver Schimberg. And we go back to Denver for lane 7, Sam Baker. And Oliver rocking it, 50.6 at the 100. big breaststroke leg for Max Roslin. And Max 150.9. Oliver with a nice drop, 151.6. And now swimming in the B final in lane 1, Jaden Heinlein, Minnesota. Lane 2, Richard Poplowski, Harvard. Lane 3, Nico Morton of Denver. Lane 4, Carter Lancaster, California. In lane 5, from Minnesota, Alberto Hernandez Garcia. Lane 6, his teammate Jack Ballard. Lane 7, Gabe Jones of Denver. And in lane 8 from Minnesota, Zed Warren. B final. Carter Lancaster of Cal. On his way to maybe a 145 or 4. And a 146.05 for Carter, as he comes back at a mid 26. A reminder that we will be running our time trials right at the start of the relay break. We have disqualification in the B final. Lane 5 is disqualified for an illegal backstroke touch to breaststroke on the turn. And so let's bring out the A finalists. For the men's 200 IM. Swimming in lane 1 from UNLV, Ian Bellflower. In lane 2 for Minnesota, Joe Poyak. In lane 3 for Cal, Caden Bowers. In lane 4 is our top qualifier. First-year swimmer from Cal, Kenneth Barnacle. In lane 5 from Cal, Casper Pugard. In lane 6 from Harvard, Adriano Ariati. Lane 7 from Minnesota, John Watson. And in lane 8, his Minnesota teammate, Ryan Slonek. A final. In the prelims this morning, we had a handful of swimmers swimming the event on cruise just to get in. We expect some nice time drops in the finals here. Nationally, 31 swimmers have already made the national cut of 144.13. Most of these swimmers should be back in 25 seconds or faster. So we ought to be looking at some 44s. And there's one, Kenneth Barnacle, 144.81. In the Heat 3, the A final, we have a disqualification in lane 1. We had a stroke violation, shoulders past the vertical on the back to breast turn. And that takes us now to White Thunder, the 50 freestyle, event 7. The women's 50-yard freestyle. C final. In lane 1, Kristen Nakanadaughter. Lane 2, Maria Fernandez Mendez-Guerra. Lane 3, Paige Marine. 4, Cami Perriott. 5, Rachel Conley. 6, Georgia Kaler. 7, Sarah Beckman. And 8, Allie Bay. And it is Maria, lane 2, 22.84. And now the competitors in the B final, swimming in lane 1. Blythe Wyklowek of Harvard. Lane 2, Mina Kaljevic of Minnesota. Lane 3, Anna Laco of Rutgers. Lane 4, Sydney Liu of Harvard. Lane 5, Erica Carlson, UNLV. Lane 6, Annie Gia, California. Lane 7, Celia Slingstadley, California. And lane 8, Julia Saxman of Denver. B final. And 22:47 for Annie Gia. We have a disqualification in the B final in Heat 2. Lane 4 violated the 15-meter rule. But on a happier note, let's meet the A finalists in the women's 50 freestyle. Swimming in lane 1 from Cal, Gracia Aquino. In lane 2 from Minnesota, Morgan Thomas. In lane 3 from Harvard, Anya Mostek. Swimming in lane 4 from Cal. She dropped a 21.94 cut this morning, Mariambre Mola. In lane 5 from Cal, also an NCAA time this morning, Sydney Griscavage. In lane 6 from Minnesota, Livy Wanner. Lane 7 from Rutgers, Emiliana Gonzalez. And in lane 8 from Cal, Charlotte Burnham. Your A final. Qualifying standard 22:28. And Mariambre 21:79. Cut time for Morgan Thomas of Minnesota. And now it's the men's turn to sprint. Swimming in the C final. Lane 1, William Brown of Harvard. Lane 2 with David Greeley, Harvard. Lane 3, Lars Antoniak, Cal. Lane 4, Jacob Johnson, Minnesota. Lane 5, Davide Harabagiu, Minnesota. Lane 6, Evan Crowley, Harvard. Lane 7, Hamish McClellan, Denver. And lane 8, Omar Abdelwahab, Minnesota. And Jacob Johnson with a 1988. In the B final, now lane 1 from Harvard, Mauro Miknik. Lane 2, Andrew Hallett of Cal. Lane 3, Mara Gatnar, Harvard. Lane 4, Yamato Akadome, Cal. Lane 4, Jack Brown of Cal. Lane 6, J.D. Thuman of California. Lane 7, Dar Lavrenko of Cal. And lane 8, Emil Jose Perez Avila of Las Vegas. B final. And Yamato Okodome, 1953, only a 10th away from the cut. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the A finalist in the men's 50 free. Swimming in lane 1 from Cal, Samuel Quarles. In 2 from Harvard, Sonny Wang. In lane 3 from California, Evan Petty. In lane 4 from Cal, Luca Battellini. In lane 6 from Las Vegas, NCAA cut time this morning, Bryson Huey. Lane 6, also a cut time this morning from Cal, Martin Reedy. Lane 7 from Cal, Nans Mazellier. And in lane 8 from California, Colby Hatton. A final. Our middle 4 lanes all under the NCAA cut this morning. And in 1879, 100th of a second slower than this morning, but a Minnesota Invite Championship for Luca. Official meet time, ladies and gentlemen, is 6:29. We will be taking a 20-minute break, and we'll resume with the medley relay at 6:49. So at this time, we would like to swim the set of time trials. We have 4 heats. And once again, the 400 medley relay will launch at 6:49. Our first time trial is a 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in lane 4 from Cal is Jessica Davis. He won. The NCAA qualifying standard in the 100 back is 52.65. And a 54.76. Our next heat will be 100-yard distances. Swimming breaststroke in lane 2 from Cal, Luca Gissendaner. Lane 3 is teammate Hank Rivers, and in lane 4, another Cal swimmer, Zachary Tan. Swimming butterfly in lane 6 from Cal, Edward Huang. He won. Hundred fly cut for Edward, 46.11. And the breaststroke cut, 52.58. And some nice breaststroke swims there. Cut City for all 3 Cal swimmers. Congratulations, guys. Next up, we've got a heat of 200s. Swimming in lane 3 and going backstroke from Cal, Tommy Roeder. And in lane 5 for Cal going butterfly, Matteo Palmisani. He won. The backstroker Tommy is shooting for a 142.14. And the flyer Mateo, he is shooting for a 143.79. And 100 splits, both swimmers within striking distance. And the good second hunters. Tommy looking for a 142. Mateo, a 143.8. And Mateo in lane 5, 143.72, gets in by 7/100ths of a second. And that leads us to the 200 backstroke time trial. Swimming in lane 4 from Cal Finley Anderson, 200 back. He won. And we're looking for a 154.80. Going to need to see a mid-29 here. Got a shot. Going from foot touch to hand touch. Come on, Finley, bring up your legs. Let's go. $154.80. And we will get it next time. The official time is 6:40, and we will resume with the 400 medley relay at 6:49. So enjoy some young people's music. Going to ask our timers to report to their stations, please, as we are now less than 2 minutes away from Heat 1 of the women's 400 medley relay. And once again, as we did previously, we will introduce these teams when they are in the water. And we are ready now for event number 9, the women's 400-yard medley relay time final. Heat 1. In lane 1 is Minnesota C with Faith Johnson, Ava Goodnow, Claire Reinke, and Paige Maureen. In lane 2, Rutgers B with Goksu Dogan, Emily Vachansky, Cam Kuriger, and Anna Hazelhurst. Lane 3, Harvard B, Kylie Wilhelm, Gabby Augustine, Sarah Beckman, and Kristen O'Connor-Daughter. Lane 4, Minnesota B with Cami Perriott, Kira Mullins, Rachel Conley, and Livy Wanner. Lane 5, Denver B with Darian Kohler, Peyton Muldowney, Isabella Cardenas, and Izzy Burton. Lane 6 is Cal B with Tegan Odell, Elle Scott, Lilu Resencourt, and Claire Weinstein. Lane 7, Denver C with Lily Zippel, Zoe Lynch, Sabrina Rakaiban, and Anais Monteber. And Cal with a nice lead. Lila Resencourt swimming butter style for them. Sarah Beckman of Harvard and Rachel Conley of Minnesota dueling in lanes 3 and 4. And California will drop anchor with Claire Weinstein. And Cal, 331, 9-6. 48-41 for Claire. And next up is the A teams for each university. They will comprise Heat 2. Heat 2 time final. In lane 2, Harvard with Anya Mostek, Stephanie Ayatakani, Sydney Liu, and Blythe Wyklowicz. Lane 3, Rutgers with Angelica Bath, Sophia Bartoloni, Ana Vaclo, and Emiliana Gonzalez. Lane 4, UNLV with Helena Montrichard, Rachel Wigington, Maria Fernandez Mendez, and Erica Carlson. In lane 5, Minnesota with Ava Yablonsky, Georgia Kaler, Morgan Thomas, and Mina Kaljevic. In lane 6, Denver with Allie B, Tanaya Winder, Julia Saxman, and Angie Wyand. In lane 7, Cal with Mariambre Mala, Sylvie Singlestadi, Anijia, and Mia West. And we had a national cut on the leadoff leg for Cal. Ava Yablonsky of Minnesota, only 11 100ths of a second off the national cut. And Cal drops anchor with Mia West. They could be in the high 20s. The automatic qualifying time for the NCAA, 3:30.89. The pool record, 3:27.51, held by Stanford. And very close to the pool record, and an automatic qualifying time for Cal, 3:28.54. A nice one for Minnesota, 3:36.43. Our next event is the men's 400 medley relay. Time final. Heat 1. In lane 2, Minnesota C, with Ryan Slonick, Jack Hackler, Connor Groya, and Jaden Edmondson. Lane 3, Denver B, with Liam Simmons, Nico Morton, Gabe Jones, and Tommy Hannock. Lane 4, Harvard B, with Evan Crowley, Eric Lee, David Schmidt, and David Greeley. Lane 5, Minnesota B, with Ethan Kosine, John Watson, Oliver Schimberg, and Omar Abdelwahab. Lane 6, Denver C, with Max Roslin, Thomas Struder, Brandon Cito, and Luke Milburn. And Minnesota and Harvard right together halfway through. In the water for the Gophers in lane 2, Connor Groya, for Harvard. In lane 4, David Schmidt. And in lane 5 for Minnesota, Oliver Schimberg. And a nice fly leg there for David Schmidt of Harvard. And they will hit the water first. This is David Greeley anchoring for the Crimson. And Harvard B, 3:11.39. And now heat 2, time final. In lane 3, UNLV A with Wikus Potgeider, Ty Schneider, Bryson Huey, and Emil Jose Perez Avila. In lane 4, Harvard A with Adriano Ariati, Joshua Chen, Mauro Miknik, and Sonny Wang. In lane 5, Minnesota A with Davide Harabagiu, Max Shire, Jacob Johnson, and Ian Steffen. In lane 6, it's Denver with Quinn Collins, Keto Campbell, Hamish McClellan, and Matisha Pantic. And first to the wall is Davide Harabagiu, 47.13. And it's a tight one. Las Vegas, Harvard, Minnesota, with Denver just a whisker behind at the dive. Jacob Johnson of the Gophers. But Mauro Miknik, the terrific second leg. And Minnesota drops anchor with Ian Steffen. Anchoring for Harvard in lane 4, Sonny Wang. For UNLV in lane 3, Emil Jose Perez Avila. And the anchor for Denver in lane 6, Matija Pantic. Minnesota and Harvard. And it's going to be Harvard 309.23. And that concludes day 1 of the Minnesota Invite. We will look forward to seeing you back here, everybody, at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for prelims of day 2. Big thanks to the meet staff here at the Aquatic Center and to our officials who make our results meaningful. So safe travels, everybody, to wherever you are resting tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will look forward to seeing you mañana, baby. Thanks, everybody, and good night.